Do you know what plants, algae, bacteria, and even sloths all have in common? They all photosynthesize. Photosynthesis is a biological process which plants undergo to create oxygen and glucose. Photosynthesis happens in the leaves of plants. On the surface of leaves are stomata, and in between the two surfaces are mesophyll cells. Stomata allows CO2 and oxygen to leave and enter the cell. Inside mesophyll cells are chloroplast, and inside chloroplast are granum. Granum are stacks of thylakoids. Thylakoids have a green pigment called chlorophyll, which helps them absorb sunlight. The first part of photosynthesis are called the light-dependent reactions. These reactions happen across the thylakoid membrane. The outside is called the stroma, and the inside of the thylakoid is called the lumen. First, a photon from the sun excites an electron in photosystem 2. It then bounces from pigment to pigment until it reaches a reaction center, where then it's given to an acceptor molecule. Here, water is split and replaces an electron, forming oxygen. The electron continues down an electron transport chain where it arrives at photosystem 1. At photosystem 1, the electron joins a special pair of chlorophylls. During these steps, ATP and NADPH are formed. ATP is formed by the hydrogen atom gradient, and NADPH is formed by another electron traveling down the electron transport chain. The second part of photosynthesis is referred to as the dark reactions, although this is misleading because these reactions don't necessarily happen in the dark. This process can also be called the Calvin cycle. The CO2 that we exhale enters a leaf through its stomata and enters the stroma of a chloroplast. The Calvin cycle takes place in the stroma and has 3 main steps: carbon fixation, reduction, and regeneration. In the first step, CO2 combines with RUBP, forming a 6-carbon molecule. Then it splits into 2 3-carbon compounds. This is all catalyzed by an enzyme called rubisco. In step 2, ATP phosphorylates these 3-carbon compounds. NADPH then reduces this compound and turns it into a 3-carbon sugar called G3P. In the last step of the Calvin cycle, some G3P exit the cycle and head toward making glucose. Other G3P are converted back to RUBP by ATP, and then the cycle starts over. It will take 3 turns of the Calvin cycle to produce 1 glucose molecule. I hope this video has provided you with a basic understanding of photosynthesis. Thank you for watching!